Hey, welcome back to our weekly marketing review of what's happening in the Austin market. I'm Jaymes Willoughby, and let's dive right in. Today is April the 1st, 2024, and there's no fooling around. The numbers are looking pretty good here in Austin, so let's take a quick peek here. We want to look at the new active listings, and I'm going to click on this chart here. You can see that listings have definitely grown all the way through the beginning of the spring market, where we were down around 7,600. Now we're almost at 9,000. And you can see week over week, we really didn't change at all. So I think that's the good news for home sellers right now, because we've leveled out on our inventory. Now, keep in mind, it was a holiday week, right? So I don't know how much that factors in. But we do look at, week over week, new actives versus new pendings. And what I noticed, the red graph here is the actual new active listings. And you can see how herky-jerky that is relative to the blue graph, which are the new pendings for the week. So they remain relatively consistent week over week. But looking at this week, last 2 weeks ago, we had kind of peaked again on the number of new actives. So actives went up, and so did the overall absorption rate, because pendings were down a bit. Well, pendings went up and the number of new active listings went down. So they're almost exactly the same. So that's leading us to not have any more inventory growth, which leads us to look at weeks of inventory, which, remember, when we were looking at this video last week, we had seen the inventory or absorption rate go over 10%. So, or 10 weeks rather. And now you can see where it's dropped down to under 10 weeks. So we've pretty much been under 10 weeks since, the end of January, other than the stats from 2 weeks ago. So last week we're back under 10%. So there's no more holidays or anything until around the time school lets out. So, we have 2 months of solid selling here with, relatively low inventory overall. So let's see what happens. The bottom line is that we're getting some cooperation here on interest rates. I don't know if you heard last week, but rates went down a tad, surprisingly. But anyway, we were at 6.87. It dropped down to 6.79, which is not a huge decrease. But if we pull back, you can see, we're kind of maintaining a somewhat of a downward trend here. And that's good. That's going to be good for both buyers and for sellers. And so there's the good news there. So until this time next week, you have a good week. If you have any specific questions about your home value or what's going on in your neck of the woods, just let me know and we will get you that information. Have a good week.